Alrighty, guys, got a great show for you here today for Monday, August 8th, 2022. We're actually coming off yet another winning day of personal sports bets on my website yesterday, and that's going to improve our record to 3-0 in our last three board member tier package bets on that site. But before we get into some more of that, just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to the video here today. My name is Brock Page, and I do sports picks for free right here on YouTube. I also sell my personal sports bets on patreon.com/BrockPage. Once again, guys, we're 3-0 in our last three board member tier package bets on that site. Now, the board member tier is a package that I offer, and not only does it give you access to the board member tier package bet itself, it also gives you access to every single bet, every single package, every single day, all the way through the end of August. It's an all-inclusive membership. Now, if you don't want all of my personal bets, and you just need one a day, you may want to think about signing up for my $1.99 daily best play. And of course, as the name indicates, it's only going to cost you just $1.99. Now, I currently have over 560 members who are signed up and active on my website right now. And you may be wondering what the difference is between what I do here on YouTube and what I do on my website. Well, what I do here on YouTube is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport, side and total. And what I do on patreon.com/BrockPage is I actually share with you which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and begin. We're going to take a look at the Blue Jays squaring off against the Orioles, 7:05 Eastern first pitch. Toronto's the $1.35 favorite, totals 9.5. Yusei Kikuchi for Toronto, Jordan Lyles for Baltimore. Now, Lyles comes into today's ball game with an ERA in the mid-4s, along with a 1.43 whip. And when it comes to pitching, well, the O's have given up a crap ton of runs to Toronto in recent meetings. Baltimore is allowing over 9.5 runs a game in their last 10 contests against the Blue Jays. And when it comes to hitting the baseball, well, the O's do still strike out an awful lot at the plate, and they're also in the bottom 10 in team batting average. Now, they're taking on Yusei Kikuchi here today for Toronto, who still has a good amount of strikeouts on the year. The Cooch man has fanned 84 batters in just 74 innings of work. When it comes to hitting the baseball, there's really not many teams who can get on base as much as these guys. The Jays are actually leading the majors right now in team batting average. Now, Lourdes Gurriel, he's the club leader as he's hitting .312 at the plate. Meanwhile, Vlad Guerrero Jr. is the club leader in homers and runs batted in. Now, total-wise, these teams' last 10 straight head-to-head gatherings all got over the number. Meanwhile, Baltimore went 60% to the over in their last 10 themselves. I'm going to lean toward Toronto minus 135 and the over 9.5. Next ball game, it is going to be Reds-Mets, 7:10 p.m. East. The New York Mets are minus $3, totals 8.5. Chris Bassett for New York, Justin Dunn making his debut for Cincinnati. And regardless of whether it's Dunn or any of the other Cincinnati starters, this Reds pitching staff has had their hands full with the Mets recently. They're allowing just about 5.5 runs a game in their last 10 meetings with New York. They're also just striking out way too many times at the plate, since he's currently in the bottom 5 in the league in strikeouts per 9. Now they're taking on Chris Bassett on the other side of things, who's got 121 strikeouts on the season, along with a 1.12 whip. Now, the Mets have also won 8 out of their last 10 ball games, and they find themselves averaging just about 5 runs a game for the entire season. Now, Pete Alonso's leading the National League right now in RBI with 95 of them. He's also in the top 5 in the entire league in homers. Meanwhile, teammate Jeff McNeil, well, he's hitting a team best .304 at the plate. Now, when it comes to the total in this one, the Mets did see their last 5 straight in Flushing, Queens get over the number. They also went 60% to the over in their last 10 games against Cincinnati. So if you're into historical trends, certainly want to think about that one there. I'm going to lean toward the New York Mets -1.5 and the over 8.5 hook. Next ball game, it is going to be Nats Cubs 8:05 East. The Chicago Cubs are -185, total 7.5. Keegan Thompson for Chicago, Anibal Sanchez for Washington. And out of just 20 innings of work this season, Sanchez has somehow managed to lose 4 games already. Now, Anibal's 0-4 in the year in that short time frame. He's got an ERA close to 8. When it comes to offensive production, the Nats have been little threat hitting it out of the park. These guys are nearly dead last in home runs per contest. Now, they're also averaging just 3.9 runs a game for the whole year. They're taking on Keegan Thompson here today, who's been one of the few bright spots for Chicago this year. Thompson's 8-5 with an ERA in the low 3s. The Cubbies have also won 2 out of their last 3, and they gave up just 4 total runs during that short span. Now, total-wise, oddly enough, 7 out of these teams' last 10 meetings against each other did get over the line. So once again, if you're into historical trends, plenty of overs to go around. The Nats actually saw their last 4 straight on the road get over the total as well. I'm going to lean toward the Cubbies -1.5 and the over 7.5 hook. Next ball game I have for you, it is going to be the Pirates squaring off against the Diamondbacks. That's going to be a 9:40 Eastern first pitch in the desert. Arizona is the $2.55 favorite. Totals 8 runs. Zach Gallen for Arizona. Tyler Beede for Pittsburgh. And even though Bede's having a solid season, the Pirates actually play their worst baseball on the road. Out of 55 away games this year, the Buccos have won just 20 times. And that's good for only 36% in that category. Meanwhile, hitting-wise, the Pirates have had a real bad problem with strikeouts. They're the worst in the National League in strikeouts per 9 at the plate. And they're also averaging only 3.7 runs a game for the entire year. Now they're squaring off against Zach Gallen here today, who's lost only 2 games this year in over 111 innings. Zach's also got 106 strikeouts and a 1.04 whip. When it comes to offensive production in this one, the D-backs won 3 out of their last 5. And they averaged 6 runs a game in those victories. Christian Walker has a team-best 26 home runs, along with 61 RBI. He's actually 7th in the big leagues in that home run category. Meanwhile, Ketel Marte is the club leader in batting average. Now, total-wise, 3 out of Arizona's last 4 contests at Chase Field got over the number. They also went 60% to the over in their last 10 at any location. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Pittsburgh saw 7 out of their last 10 get over the total themselves. I'm going to lean toward Arizona -1.5 and the over 8. Next game, Giants, Padres, 9:40 p.m. East. San Diego's -185 at home, total 7.5. Blake Snell for the Pods, Alex Wood for San Francisco. Now, Woody's got 105 strikeouts on the season, along with a 1.25 whip. The Giants have also won their last 2 straight, and they are a legit threat to hit the long ball. Now, not only are these guys in the top 10 in scoring right now, they're also in the top 10 in home runs. Now, Wilmer Flores, he's currently the club leader in RBI. Meanwhile, Thairo Estrada leads the starting lineup in batting average. Now, they're taking on a Padres team on the other side of things, who's actually on a 4-game skid right now, and they scored just 7 total runs during that span. Now, the Pods have also been little threat to hit the long ball this year. These guys are currently in the bottom 10 in home runs. Now, when it comes to the pitching in this one, Blake Snell comes into today's ball game with a losing record and an ERA in the 4s. Now, when it comes to the scoring in this one, San Diego went 12-9 to the under in their divisional home games. Meanwhile, San Francisco is 22-18 to the under against the NL West themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Giants +1.5, keeping this one close, and the under 7.5 runs. Next ball game, little AL West action. I'm talking about the Angels squaring off against the Athletics. And that's going to be a 9:40 Eastern start time in Oakland. Now the A's are minus $1.25, believe it or not, total 7.5. Cole Irvin for Oakland, Jose Suarez for Los Angeles. And even though Suarez isn't having the greatest of seasons, he's still averaging just about a strikeout an inning. Now, the Angels also got the W in 2 out of their last 4 ball games, and they were able to score 11 total runs in those victories combined. Of course, Shohei Ohtani, he's the team leader in RBI with 65 of them. Meanwhile, Taylor Ward has the highest batting average on the team right now. Now, they're taking on Cole Irvin on the other side of things, who's just 6-8 on the season, despite, throwing some really good stuff this year. And when it comes to hitting the baseball, well, the A's just might be the worst in the bigs to do it. They're currently dead last in the majors in team batting average. They're also averaging less than 3.6 runs a game for the entire season. Now, when it comes to the numbers, 7 out of these teams' last 10 gatherings did fall under the number. Another one of those historical trends. Plenty of unders to go around. As a matter of fact, in those very meetings I just mentioned, Oakland averaged only 2.6 runs a game. Meanwhile, Jose Suarez on the other side, he saw 5 out of his last 6 starts fall under the line himself. I'm going to lean toward the LA Angels plus 105. And the under 7.5. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup for the video. It is going to be Yankees-Mariners 10-10 East. The New York Yankees are minus $1.15, total 7.5. Jameson Taillon for New York, Logan Gilbert for Seattle. And even though Gilby's having a great season, the Mariners have really struggled getting on base this year. They're in the bottom 10 in team batting average right now. They're also scoring fewer runs a game than most clubs in the American League. Now, they're taking on Jameson Taillon on the other side of things here today, who's in a great spot to get this team back on track. Jameson's 10-2 on the year with an ERA in the 3s. And despite their recent skid, well, the Yanks are still top dog when it comes to offensive production. They are first in the league in homers, first in runs per game. Aaron Judge has a league-best 43 home runs and 97 RBI. Now, he's also leading the majors with a 1.058 OPS as well. When it comes to the total, the Yanks have held Seattle to just 3.7 runs a game in their last 10 head-to-head meetings. Now, the Mariners also went 60% to the under in their last 10 Logan Gilbert starts. I'm going to go ahead and lean toward the Yankees minus $1.15 and the under 7.5 runs. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Powered to you by my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where I'm currently 3-0 my last 3 board member tier package bets. Give me Toronto minus 135 over 9.5. I like the Mets minus 1.5 over 8.5. I like the Cubbies minus 1.5 over 7.5 runs. Give me Arizona minus 1.5 over 8. Give me the Giants plus 1.5 under 7.5. I like the Angels plus 105 under 7.5 runs. And with my next and final free pick for the video, I'm going to lean toward the Yankees minus $1.15 and the under 7.5. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my website. Now, if you guys do end up getting a membership here today on patreon.com/BrockPage, just keep in mind you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. And guys, if you want to get access to every single bet, every single package, every single day, you're going to want to sign up for that board member package. Once again, guys, it's an all-inclusive membership. But most importantly, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Monday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.